Hey guys, it's Hillary, and today I want to talk to you about weight loss. Not just weight loss, but rather why weight loss is an imperfect or inferior goal. And I truly believe that focusing solely on weight loss, or rather the number on the scale, is not only going to damage our metabolism and make it harder to achieve our goals in the future, but it is damaging for our psyche, for our mindset, and that can have deleterious effects on how we think about ourselves, how we approach body image, etc., etc. So weight loss as a sole pursuit is really damaging, and I'm going to explain to you why I believe that's the case. So first of all, weight is only one thing. It is only a representation of our relationship to gravity. And if that's the case, if it doesn't tell our whole health story, then it shouldn't be our primary goal in the pursuit of better health, right? Because here's what we do when weight loss is our primary goal, and I have totally been here, and I'm sure many of you can relate to this as well. This is kind of our MO when we decide that we want to improve our health, lose weight, etc., etc. We slash calories indiscriminately. We're like, oh, I'm only going to eat 1,200 calories a day. It's going to be great. I'm going to get to my goal weight in a few weeks. Number two, we kick up the cardio. So we decide that we're going to train for a marathon. We just start running because we think that that's the best way to lose weight. And number three, we live for the satisfaction of seeing that scale number go down. That is really our sole objective, and it's the thing that keeps us motivated. Now, if you've ever done any of the above, you've probably gained a lot of the weight back, right? This technique only works, or these techniques only work temporarily. They're only a temporary band-aid. They're not a permanent fix. So rapid weight loss is definitely achievable using this method of eating less and exercising more at the beginning. We're super motivated. We're getting to the gym. We're not going over our calories for the day. We're being really strict and regimented, and we think, oh my gosh, this is working. This is it. This is going to be the last time I ever have to diet, right? And then what happens? We plateau. Our weight loss sort of peters off. Whereas we were losing maybe 1 or 2 pounds a week, now we're only losing a half a pound, or maybe our weight loss has completely stalled. And in some cases, we might even gain weight. So what do? We kick up the exercise and we drop the calories down even more, because we figure, okay, well, if eating less and exercising more isn't working anymore, then we have to eat even less and exercise even more, and that'll definitely work. But no, it doesn't, right? How long can we sustain this? What happens when we reach our goal and we go back to what we were doing before? Because that's the whole plan, right? That's the point. We want to lose weight, but we don't want to keep doing this exercise diet thing forever. But when we approach it from this perspective of, I have to reach this goal weight, or, I just have to do this temporarily, then we don't exactly set the patterns in place or the behaviors in place that we need to be able to sustain our weight loss. And when weight loss occurs so fast, it's not sustainable. So when we do go back to whatever we were doing before, we get upset and we get frustrated because the weight comes back on, and usually it comes on a lot faster than it went off, right? So why does this happen? Well, diet and exercise are stressors on the body. And the more stress we place on the body, the more our body is going to resist. So the way that it resists is myriad. There are myriad ways that our body is going to resist weight loss or changing in any way. Our body craves homeostasis. So when we're dropping calories and kicking up the exercise, especially if it's something that we haven't done in a very long time, our body is going to be on high alert, and it is going to put up defenses very fast. So it's going to fight back by slowing our metabolism way down, okay? And then it's going to start catabolizing or eating away at muscle tissue. Now, this is what causes our metabolism to decrease. And so if it's eating away at our muscle, it is not eating away at our fat, which is what we want to lose. So it's actually reserving the fat because our body thinks that it might be starving, that we might be starving it. And therefore, it's going to preserve fat so that it can protect our vital organs. So if our body thinks it's starving when we are dieting and exercising, how can we achieve our body recomposition goals without forcing our body to eat itself, essentially, without losing all this lean muscle, and without bouncing back so fast after we go back to living a lifestyle where we're no longer dieting? What do? Well, we need to focus on fat loss as opposed to weight loss. So that means prioritizing strength training instead of cardio. So cardio is going to deplete our muscle tissue. It's going to cause our metabolism to plummet. It's going to cause our body to hold on to fat. And the good thing about strength training is it allows us to maintain or even build lean muscle tissue and lose fat while in a calorie deficit. So it's not going to have as dramatic effect on our body as this eat less, exercise more model, okay? So strength training is a type of exercise that focuses on building strength, aerobic endurance, and muscle size using resistance, okay? And this is a more gradual process. So the process of gaining lean muscle or maintaining lean muscle and losing fat is a much slower process. So our body adjusts accordingly. Our body isn't going to rebel against us where it would under this traditional eat less, exercise more weight loss model. It's not going to fight back as aggressively. So another great thing about strength training, in addition to it allowing us to preserve muscle tissue in a calorie deficit, is that it's going to help us to increase our lean muscle, and it's going to make us burn fat more effectively. So muscle tissue is more metabolically expensive than fat, which means that it demands more energy to be used, maintained, etc. So more energy means more calories, so we can actually eat more when we're strength training than we could otherwise and not see any negative effects without gaining weight back. So that's great. And ultimately, this using strength training as a way to improve body composition as opposed to just focusing on weight loss and doing whatever it takes to decrease the number on the scale is going to be it's a more enduring form of body recomposition than weight loss. More muscle is equivalent to reduced mortality rates and just a higher quality of life. It makes the more lean muscle that we have, the less overall body fat that we have, the higher our metabolism, the more balanced our hormones, the easier it's going to be to do the things that we have to do, and the better our lives are going to be because we're going to be able to do the things that we enjoy doing much longer into life. So we're not going to experience those negative effects of aging as acutely as if we don't strength train. Because strength training strengthens our joints, our ligaments, our tendons, so everything moves better, more freely, and more effortlessly than if we, focus exclusively on kind of repetitive movements like running and biking and things like that. I'm not saying that there isn't space for those things, but strength training is really what's going to help us to not only look better, but feel better and do so for a much longer period of time into old age. So it's never too late to start strength training, and it's never too early to start strength training either. And as hopefully you can see after watching this video, why just focusing on weight loss is a totally inferior goal, and a more productive goal is to instead focus on getting stronger, getting leaner, and maintaining or increasing our relative lean body mass so that we can live a longer, healthier, more productive life. All right, I hope you enjoyed this video, and I will see you guys soon. Bye.